The Telegraph, hosted by Yahoo News. World War III is approaching fast, and too few are willing to admit why. Well, the article is very interesting. It does mention that there was a drone attack on a U.S. base near Jordan, but it mentions the core reason is that authoritarian regimes are failing. Iran and Russia, for instance, struggling to keep themselves afloat, are going to start making moves. I think it's actually a really good argument. Faced with an existential crisis, either economically, due to population collapse or otherwise, look, a drowning person is not, they thrash about violently. And, you know, they say when you're going to rescue someone who's drowning, you have to approach them from behind. Otherwise, they drag you down with them. For these countries that are facing existential crises, and that includes the United States, there's an option. Go to war. And we've seen it time and time again. And there's a lot of parallels to everyone's favorite empire, the Roman Empire. But I want to point out a few very important things. The World Socialist website, you know we love them, they report British Army Chief issues call for conscription and whole of nation mobilization for war. It's not just Britain. Sweden has issued a call for their citizens to prepare for war, and there have been reports that people have begun signing up to be conscripted. So in Sweden, they have a system where you fill out a questionnaire and determine whether or not you will be forced to join the war effort. France 24 says, Sweden's call for population to prepare for war sparks panic and criticism. Now, I don't consider the World Socialist website to be all that credible. But here's the interesting thing. I believe conscription is the appropriate word based on the facts. Corporate news doesn't want to say conscription because of what it means to the average person. So, of course, the Times.co.uk says, UK must train citizens for war with Russia, says Army Chief. Let me just try that one for you again. UK must train citizens for war with Russia. In other words, citizens should prepare to be conscripted into war. The Times doesn't want to say it. Corporate press doesn't want to publicly state, we will conscript you and force you to go to war, because that is never popular. And I believe if all the big outlets said right now, Sweden and the UK have issued calls for conscription, then there would be a major push against escalation to stop the war. So they want to keep that out of sight, out of mind. But in the end, for those that are here in the United States, if Joe Biden decides tonight to issue a retaliatory strike on, say, the coast of Iran or something, or on specific targets, and he says, for too long, Iran has been supplying the Houthi rebels and other militia groups in Iraq and Syria, and this has now resulted in the death of 3 American citizens, America will retaliate. We will not back down. If he strikes Iran and Iran says we're going to war and then calls in their allies, and this escalates dramatically, do not be surprised if they start sending out draft orders.
I have, unfortunately, a son of draft age. And when I say unfortunately, it's not unfortunate
like
that I have a
him.
son.
It's
I like my
unfortunate that
son.
he's draft
It's
age.
unfortunate that he is draft age. And it is, as a father, not something that I want to see happening, obviously. But in my entire life, though, I've always grown up always thinking that if we're attacked, if our assets are attacked overseas, that we must retaliate. The problem today is I don't believe anything anymore. I don't believe anything.
Right.
Yep. I mean, and when we start talking about conscription in Sweden or especially in the UK, it's like Orwell spinning around going, I told you so. I told you so.
I love my father, but I remember that one of the first big fights we had, I was maybe 11 or 12. We were watching some war footage on TV, and I told him, I will never be drafted. They'll try, and I'll never fight those wars. I don't know, just felt inherent to my soul. He got really mad, like, how dare you not want to protect your country and stuff. But my dad buys into a lot of like the corporate press. Although watching Fox 5 and stuff, he buys into that whole narrative of patriotism.
And he's from an older generation.
Yeah, and I get it, and I get why he was mad. And I always thought about that fight, but I believe I double down on that feeling I had then. More.
But you know what? It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That there used to be a generation of people who said, I believe in my country wholeheartedly, I will fight for them.
Yep.
But the problem is, we have seen time and time again, the military-industrial complex and special interests send young men, mostly men, off to die for no reason other than their bottom line.
Yeah, and I should add to that, because of what Tim just said, I grew up next to a military base, seeing basically people who are my surrogate brothers and sisters, older brothers and sisters who were cadets, come back with no limbs, going to die for wars that made no sense. So that was the world I was born up into, and it made absolutely no sense.
Yeah,
to me.
this is the conversation my family had when my brother enlisted and he deployed to Afghanistan with the Marine Corps. It was like, but why are we here? Like,
Right.
I respect that was the path he thought was right for him, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else. But also, is this the operation that I think is most value for your time? Not to mention all the risk, but all service members' families are going to worry about the risk. It was like, we don't even need to be here,
Yeah.
and you're going anyways.
Yeah. Risk is important.
yeah.
And we should be, and the military to some degree can be important. But what has become the industrial complex that Eisenhower warned about, we are living in that horrible nightmare right now.
If we can't clearly define that the answer to that question, why are
Why?
we here? Why are we going? That's why we have to have Congress make these decisions and not unilaterally made by one decrepit old senile man or whoever's
Yeah.
controlling.
Wow. I usually call him a reanimated corpse. You're very, very nice to
Yeah,
him.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm much closer to his age than you are.
you are doing way better than that man is. Man, I put in quotes.
That's the thing too. Trump and Biden are not so far off in age, and there's obviously a huge difference. I mean, there are other politicians that are close to Biden in age, and he is just not doing well.
Deteriorating.
At a certain point, you have to just you feel unkind, being like, "You are falling apart, sir," but you really are.
We got a funny super chat. Maury says Gen Z is not fighting for this country. LOLOL. Here's a thought. Excuse me, sir. I noticed that you just illegally crossed the border. Would you like to be a citizen of this country? Here's a gun. We're sending you to Ukraine. The likelihood, I think, is actually fairly great in the event of a major war that the U.S. Look, it used to be. I love the history of rifling. There used to be. I love the story of like the last samurai in Japan. They were considered high-ranking, high-class, high-status, trained warriors, and then we bring them rifles, and we're like, you don't need to train anybody. You just hand it to them, you tell them to point and shoot. And all of a sudden, the samurai are considered they're much less important. You don't need to train someone from birth to be a fighter anymore when you can hand a gun to somebody. So I don't think people realize
Praise God,
that
baby.
with all these migrants coming through the border, U.S. doesn't care at all. If they're like, if we can bring in 6 million people, all the people on the right keep saying military
Really?
age males.
72?
Yeah, congratulations. The U.S. government says we got 6 million military age males, and we'll tell them, you have no choice. You are fighting on our behalf.
The question is what direction are they going to point the guns?
Doesn't matter.
Whichever way
Literally
the
does
government
not
tells
matter.
them to.
You just drop 6. You start transporting these people en masse to an enemy nation, and it's bedlam for that country, no matter what. I mean, you look at what's happening in the United States because of it. These people sleeping in airports, the conflict, the chaos. This is not even conflict. It's just them literally being there causing problems. You look at the United States saying, we're going to give you weapons. You win that war, you're a citizen of the United States. A bunch are going to say, you got it, boss.
But then if-
even if they don't, just sending them over to Iran or whatever is going to cause chaos.
Sounds like the Roman Empire to me.
Yeah, and to me, the question is like, if they are then back here and they're like, yes, thank you, government, you gave me my citizenship and I can fire a gun, and they're like, now attack fellow citizens because we said so. The loyalty is concerning me. I actually thought you were going to go a different direction, which is like, I would be fine to send our military to our southern border to defend it.
Yeah,
I don't know why
I
you
think,
would go other places.
I think the good news here is if we do send a bunch of these criminal aliens in the United States and say you can be a citizen if you go fight in Iran or whatever, the good news is the U.S. doesn't keep its promise to its veterans. So once they come back, they'll be completely discarded, and the right won't have to worry about them becoming citizens.
This is very Grimcast today. We're
Wow.
very Grimcast.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
It's hard not to be when you're seeing this stuff in the news.
Yeah.
Seeing this corpse about to announce more
Hey.
war. It's terrible.
No mean tweets.
That's right. Thank God. Thank God. I just keep
They
thinking
weren't even really that mean. Come on.
I just keep
They were
thinking
fun.
about
We all had something to look forward to every day.
I love the. You ever see the journalist when they were like, since Trump, when Biden wins the White House, they're like, I used to have to wake up at 3 a.m. for my phone buzzing. A tweet from Donald Trump and my editors like, you have to write it up now. And they're like, now he's gone and he got banned. We don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's finally, I'm relaxing.
just good old war. That's all we get to write about.
We just have war. No,
Yeah.
no tweets at 3
And I
a.m.
see these news items, and I think about the way Biden talks and just how weak he is. And I'm afraid that this administration is going to want to overcompensate for his weakness by doing something real crazy in the next few days.
Dude, what is wrong with YouTube? Ba-dum. Well, Reverend, please come quick. I got something to admit. I met a man now in the sticks. Good old man. Serious then, kinda like a war cigar on his lip. You know the devil wears. In early July, wide as the cotton field, as sharp as a knife, I heard him howling as he passed me by. She said, I know you, young man. Oh no. I know you by the state of your hands. You're a six-string pecker, just as I am. To learn to know and all few things and make all the girls dance. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? Autumn father, daughter, 61 in early July. Wide as the cotton field, as sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. Foolish was I. Oh no. Damn my foolish eyes. Lessons at a price, sweet price. Sweet soul, everlasting, my real. Each other. You know the devil wears a suit and tie. Autumn driving down 61. Wide as a cotton field, as sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. The devil wears a suit and tie. Autumn driving down 61 in early July. Wide as a cotton field, as sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. No. No. Oh, come on. Freaking eyes, man. My flipping eyes, bruv. Reverend, please come quick. Mm. 'Cause I got something to admit. I'm a man in the sticks, a good old miss. There is 10 kinda like a war cigar and slow. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? On a driving down at 61 in early July. Why does it cotton feel as sharp as a knife? I heard a melon pass me by. No, 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 no. Mm, oh, no. She said, I know you, young man. Oh no, man. Oh no, man. When I know you by the state of your hands. Oh no, oh no. You're a 6-string picker, just as I am. Lord, there's something to know a few things to make all the girls dance. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? I'm driving out of 61 in early July. Why does the cotton feel as sharp as a knife? I heard him howling, pass me by. Oh, foolish, foolish was I. Damn my foolish eyes. That man's lessons at a price, sweet price. We so everlasting, right, burial. I heard him howling, he passed me. Everywhere. My foolish What do I want to hear? What I do. Oh, yeah, like I do. God do. Praise God. Into I don't think that I can go anymore. I don't think that I'm going anymore. I don't know what it's like to land and not race to your door. I don't think I'm gonna go with it anymore. I don't think I'm gonna go with it anymore. Not sure that I really ever could. Hold on to your hotel key, your bedroom neighborhood. Be sleepwalking in Hollywood. I'm gonna steer clear. Burn up in your atmosphere. I'm gonna steer clear. Would I die if I saw you? Die if I didn't see you there. So I don't think I'm gonna go LA anymore. I don't think I'm gonna go there anymore. I lost on the boulevard at night. Without your voice to tell me I love you, take a ride. Telling the two is the loneliest side. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna steer clear. Burn up in your atmosphere. I'm gonna steer clear. 'Cause I'd die if I saw you. Die if I didn't see you. I'm gonna steer clear. Oh yeah. Burn up in your atmosphere. I'm gonna steer clear. 'Cause I'd die if I saw you. Die if I didn't see you there. See you there. Think I'm gonna stay in the grave. Think I'm gonna stay. Oh, the sweet I say, never mind, never mind. Can you not see now? Sunset says we see this all the time. Never mind, never mind. Wherever I go, wherever I do, wonder where I am in my relationship to you. Wherever you go, wherever you are, I watch your life play out in pictures from afar. Wherever I go, wherever I do, oh, whatever I am in my relationship to you. Wherever you go, wherever you are, watch that pretty life play out in pictures from afar. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh.